Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's live Q&A session with me and Mr. Chris Palmer.org, sponsored by 38 Digital Market. The link is below if you're interested in press releases or any other services. They've got a whole bunch of different stuff that you can take a look at. So give them a little click below, show them some love if you're interested in that. But we also have Big Kazbula here. We have Nery Romero. But Chris, obviously I know where you are, but there's going to be people in here going, has Chris moved? What the fuck?
No.
What? So tell them where.
I am in Scottsdale, Arizona for Terry Samuel's spring training event. I speak on the second day, and today we're going to, I've never been to a professional baseball game, so I'm actually, I don't know if you could tell, I'm pretty excited today. Because after this, right after talking to one of my friends, the guy who put me on, I get to go and I get to go to a baseball game. Dude, I love SEO. I was just sitting out here feeling so blessed, like the palm trees. It was so nice out. It was just gorgeous. And I was just thinking dude, this SEO shiz changed my whole life, dude. It's crazy. I love SEO. It's so serious.
I am gutted because 2 years ago, they went to a baseball game. Then I came last year. They didn't do a baseball game. We done some other stuff. I had never been to a professional baseball game either. I've just seen it on the TV and all that stuff because we don't have baseball over here. But yeah, and now you're going back to the fucking baseball. I'm like, motherfuckers.
There goes your ad rev. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't, man. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever looked around North Philadelphia, but no. From North Philly going to see the Yankees. Dude, I love my life. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, we got out of North Philly, though. I moved to a small town in Tamaqua, but dude, I show pictures sometimes. I'll show it online. Kipping Cambria Avenue. I used to have a small apartment there. War zone, baby.
Oh,
but we moved. Once I knew Little C was coming, I was out of there. I was like, we're out of here, guys. Gotta go. Yeah, man.
That'll be a good time. So what happens? Baseball game, then what? Some drinks, some booze.
I'm trying. Man, it's hard. It's hard. I'm trying to, it's bad enough I do the water and well, you've hung out with me before. I drink a little, but I try not to, nothing. I try. It's hard. I might. It depends on who I see. I saw Marino. I'm pretty cool with him. I saw Dre, good friends with him. It depends on who's there. Now if they're getting real silly and carrying on, I like to carry on.
Merlino. I don't know if Merlino's a boozer, actually, is he? I think he's more of a smoker.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's all legal here because I was sitting outside before and I was like, what the heck? What kind of party is this?
Merlino was doing it in the backyard at the hotel last year. Just fucking had all his shit out. He's not hiding in a corner somewhere.
Dude, I'll go from a happy, nice guy to hiding in a closet. Dude, I don't, stuff's not for me, man. Too paranoid. I'm good.
But we do have a question. Guys, keep the questions coming thick and fast in the chat over there, and we'll get through them one at a time. First come, first serve.
I love this question.
Why are Google nowadays index or de-indexing people's blogs? So we've been a month or so, probably about 4 weeks from that update, Chris. Why are people's blogs being de-indexed in your opinion?
I don't, I love everybody, and not to be a D to the K, right? But think about it. Veer, Pranap, Sen, Akawat, and whomever else may be seeing this. Sorry if I butchered your name. It's you versus millions of people, billions of pages. Like, how much effort, how much time, and how many resources did you actually put into that article? Honestly, think about it. Why are they de-indexing it? Because there's 9 trillion other people doing the exact same thing. And some of these other people are willing to spend more time actually figure out, like, if it's about a product, they're getting the products, they're testing it, they're giving actual examples, they're doing podcasts and videos and creating real images, and they're creating all these articles, they're handwriting it. So why are they de-indexing your content that you put 5 minutes into? Because honestly, I had to deal with this myself, because it's just not up to snuff. There's too much comp. So what I'm thinking is, and nothing against you, kind sir, it's a fight within my own self, just like with you, right? We need to up our game. We need better content. We need to spend better time. We need to do better optimization. We need better links. Like, the bar has been set a lot higher, and Google's getting rid of crap. Like, if you take a look, it's all players now in most SERPs. You ever notice? Authorities are guys who've been there forever. Yeah. So in order to break through, to hit that top 10, you need to come with some actual I hate to say it, high quality content. That's my opinion. It's just not good enough. That's why.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You may have paid in the belief that you were hiring a great content writer. So many guys, Chris, I've had, and they're like, this is all manual and all that stuff, and manual written content. It's all done, and you're like, did you do it? No, I gave it to a guy, and we're like, how do you know the guy done it? And there's like, I don't. And you're like, that's the fucking problem, dude. I'll tell you a funny one, actually. Graham Grieve, who's a local SEO guy, I think you've met him once at SEO Underground, but young Graham comes into my office and he says, I've got a bone to pick with you. And I'm like, right, what is it? And he turned round and he showed me a blog post from 2 years ago that my content person has clearly used AI to do. But the AI had pulled his business name into my fucking blog post.
I've never had that happen to me.
Yeah. It said his business is called A1 SEO. So come up A1 SEO Paisley and all these kind of local areas, all these subheadings. And he's like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't even me. I don't even log into my blog. But I'm like,
it was OpenAI. No.
So, yeah, just be careful who's doing your stuff, because I also believed I was paying a very good content writer, and I got beat up as well. So
I literally just went through this. I created 2 separate articles. I created one article about CTR on LinkedIn, and I just used AI and threw it up, right? It never saw the light of day. I sat and wrote my own article, like myself. It took me like 20 minutes. It took me like 10 minutes because I did voice the text, right?
Yeah.
There's misspelling. There's not misspellings, but it's, the grammar. I just wrote what was on my mind, but I wrote it as a knowledgeable expert, right? This one over here that was just AI copy paste versus this one ranked number 3 in like 4 days. So, I mean, there's a good explanation right there. I don't know what it is. Dude, like, you think they're getting that much better at understanding what the content is?
Of course they are, man, Chris.
Come on. Yeah, of course they are. Dude, there's something, I don't know what the technobabble is to the understanding. I'm sure somebody will point it out, but their understanding of the sentiment is much better. There's no question.
Crazy good. Black Hole Super Sloth. Love that name. We need this SEO positivity. Thanks, guys. Chris is always a positive guy. Gets excited when he gets out of town. So
I do.
I'm the same, dude. I loved Arizona. I love Vegas. I love all that shit, man. Dubai, whatever.
I love it. And then too, it's like, I don't know, there's just this fun feeling, like the stuff that I've been working on for the last year, I'm going to take a section of it, and there's going to be a bunch of people that want to know exactly what I've been doing in the last year. Dude, that's a interesting feeling.
Yeah.
And then like it's a weird thing. Then like I even took them down and I was like, oh man, is this hot enough? Because I'm looking for those like punches. Because there's some talks where people are just talking, but then there's talks where people teach you something.
Yeah.
I like the ones where you learn stuff and you're like, got your notepad? I want to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Why stuck?
Why stuck? Not sure what you mean, Ocean Ganatra, but if you do have a question, put it in the chat and we will answer it as soon as we can. But Tonya, good to see you. A competitor bought 200 PBN links and jumped to number 1. Can you
would have thought? Sorry.
Can you compete with a smaller number of better links? And how would you estimate the amount and quality of these links?
Okay. Yes, finish up setting up my iPad. No, not now. In the middle of my stream? Come on, iPad. I just bought this for this trip. I lost my train of thought. Oh, we need to fight fire with fire, Tanya. So yeah, is there multiple ways that we could re-optimize our content, use a bunch of schema, use a bunch of internal linking? I'm sure there's a slew of things that you should already be deploying, but you could probably fine-tune them in order to over exceed what they've been doing by building links. Or you can do all of that stuff in order to make it harder for the next guy and buy the links. Like, why do we always want to go against, hey, this guy did subpar work here and bought 200 links and jumped up to the top? Why don't you do good work, buy 250 links and stay at the top? That would be my opinion. But could you get there with a lower number of links? Yes, if you have much better links.
I am almost sure, Tonya, that when you're competing with someone, a certain percentage of those links are going to be sloppy and crap, low-level junk. So yes, but how would you estimate that is the big thing. What are you looking for? Is it rankings, traffic to that domain? Is it the DR? I'm not suggesting you do look at the DR, but you're looking at the things that Google may look at, whether that be traffic, the amount of keywords it's ranking, how many outbound links are on those websites and stuff like that. Those are how you would estimate the quality of a link. But the amount is, just because Chris Palmer bought 200 doesn't mean I'm going to buy 200. If I'm on a budget, I probably would, though. I would go and buy 250 just for the fucking sheer hell of it to say, fuck you, Chris. But you are on a budget and you don't want to do that, then of course, go buy 50, whatever it might be. That might be, 50 good quality ones might be enough to jump past 200 average ones. Of course it is. So you've just got to take action, and then, whether you need to buy another 50 or whatever it might be, you just keep going until you finally overtake that person. So of course, it's easy for me to say just buy and beat them, but I would be looking at quality over quantity. That's for sure, Tonya.
May I interject?
Yeah.
So the last piece there, and how would you estimate the amount of quality of these links? Estimate the amount. So I assume that's for yourself. Yeah. Another approach would be, let's take a look at anything that's going to be reaching DR20 or better, and on that page, DR20 or better, and then how many of those 200, what was that anchor text? I think you'd be able to do it with much less if we were firing in DR50s, DR60s from high referring domain count domains, and then using exact match or partial match anchor text. I would take a look at that too. Because like Craig said, not all links are created equal. That is a fact. You could fire in, 20 homepage links with exact match anchor text and blow that dude out of the water with proper on page, of course. Cool. So there you go.
What a fighting chance, Tonya. Ocean says organic SEO is dead. If not, how to generate leads ASAP with that, because it takes time, but people do not have time to invest in organic and don't have budget to invest on PPC. Chris, how would you answer that?
I wildly disagree with you. You don't have time. If you don't have time, then see, we always make time for the things that are valuable to us: family, friends, making money, right? If you don't have time to invest, in the idea isn't worth your time anyway. Anything worth having is going to take you a lot of time and a significant amount of resources. It's whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. Now, regardless of how long that timeline is, you have to believe that the finish line is there. So I don't believe in that. If I need dollars right now, PPC, sure, there's an opportunity there. But I would really, really reset that thought process. You know, it's going to take time. It's not fast, and it is going to take an investment just like anything. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, if you don't have budget to invest in pay-per-click and you don't have the time, then you may need to seek an alternative route to making money. Because like anyone, including Chris, myself, and anyone else out there, you've had to put in a lot of time to learn and then implement and still potentially mess it up. And it's one of those things where, you know, I didn't have budget to go and do pay-per-click, but you know, you can get a bank loan, you can borrow from your family if you feel that that's your quick route to money. And believe you me, I do a lot of pay-per-click, and yes, I can spend X and I can make Y, but the product and the system and everything else is tried and tested. Can you just go out there and throw money at some random ass idea and definitely get a return on investment? Absolutely not. It's all a calculated risk, but that risk is on you, and you need to get that budget by hook or by crook. If you don't have it, borrow it, take a bank loan, or take the time to dig deep and maybe generate some revenue and then reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. That's certainly what I had to do. You know, I didn't have a lot of money, and I made my own website and all that stuff. You know, homemade website. It was horrific, but hey, it is what it is, and part of the fun story. I'm quite happy to admit it, and I'm sure Chris will be the same. You know, he's probably had a homemade website and probably still has. Sorry, Chris. But
yeah, I have a landing page. Yep. Yeah.
So
nobody would believe what I make in a week.
But nah, you've just got to give time, Ocean.
We do run a lot of ads, though. I've learned that lesson. That whole investment thing and then the time, that was a valuable lesson. Yes, organic took many, many years, but once you get a little fire burning, that PPC is definitely like gas on the fire. There's no question. There's no question. But you can't look at dollars in right now. You need to look at lifetime value. That was another valuable lesson I learned. It's not about the dollars they buy right now. It's about the dollars they buy over the course of a year. And then you start to understand, hey, you know, running $3,000 a week makes sense. But that took 6 years to figure out. Yep.
Yeah.
But now you just got it for free. There you go. You're welcome.
VR is asking, do backlinks still help in website ranking? Backlinks like social bookmarking, classified, whatever. Do these type of links work, Chris?
Classified and social bookmarking, these types of links I don't personally offer. I don't see the value in it. I still do see value in creating branded Web 2.0 assets. I still see value in image comments and comment links for tiers. But as far as these two that you're singling out, no, I do not see value in those. And then to address the first part of the question, do backlinks help ranking? Yes, but things have definitely wildly changed. In order to stay hyper relevant, I need to make sure that I'm purchasing within the proper category. You know, that goes back to Tanya's question. how can I build less and get more by building into the right categories is also highly building into the right link graph. So hopefully that helps you.
Yes. Black Hole Super Sloth. Link Brokers. Chris sells links. I sell links. ChrisPalmer.org. Mine's is linksforyou.com. Depends what you're looking for, but that's 2 recommendations. But
I would go out there and shop too. I would go out there and pay $400, $500 for a link from. There's lots of vendors out there, right? I can name 2 off the top of my head, but you can find them. They're very well known. Go and pay that premium, and then come and see Craig or myself, and then look at the difference. There's a difference between cost and value. So, anyway. Oh, and that was the other point. You don't want to just buy from one vendor.
No,
I don't think that's wise. But
mix it up. Utilizes, I'm not saying as many as you can, but certainly spread your risk. Would be the wise move.
Exactly. You think there's high risk in building backlinks at this point?
Not high link in terms of building backlinks, high risk in terms of the quality you might get from a vendor. So you spend X, you could be getting a big pile of shit back. So spread the risk that way. But if you're getting highly relevant, decent links, absolutely no risk. That's the way the internet's built. It's based on links. So always.
What would depict quality for you? Traffic to the website and a pretty design?
Not necessarily the design at all. I wouldn't even take the design into it. It's I'm looking at, does that website rank for any keywords? Does that website get any traffic relating to what the website's about? Of course, but preferably if it was SEO stuff. If I'm wanting to rank in the SEO space, then I want a tech or something that's relevant to me. But I want, the first thing I'm looking at is, does this fucking website get traffic? What kind of keywords does it rank for? How many outbound links are there? There's so many little things you look for, but the design's not something, there's a lot of old websites out there that look really shitty, but they're very, very powerful.
For sure.
And rank well. So am I going to say no based on me not liking the look of it? Absolutely no fucking way. I'll take a link on anything, regardless.
So if there wasn't, okay, but on a new guest post, there's generally no traffic at all.
Yeah.
So the value should, if the site's getting very little, 30, 100, 1,000 visitors per month, the price should indicate that.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I mean, you can't charge 400 quid or whatever for
a site getting 30 visitors a month.
Yeah, I mean,
could you charge 20?
Yeah,
why not? Right. And then 2, does PageRank have anything to do with traffic?
I believe so. I believe there's a math that comes into play, and I think there'll be a calculation between a number of different factors, which is going to then impact that. So how else could Google calculate that? It can't just be based on one thing. And I think traffic would be a factor in that.
Dang! So wow, I'm intrigued to hear that. I'm surprised, actually. So wait, you feel that a piece of PageRank has to do with traffic to the website?
Yeah.
Not referring domains?
Oh, I think that is also included as well. I don't think it's just traffic. I'm not saying, just to be clear, it's just traffic. I do believe a number of different things, and traffic will be one of them.
Interesting. Huh.
I mean, if you were the guy dishing out, this PageRank or whatever you want to call it, what are you looking for? There's going to be 3 or 4 things that where you're going to go, right, that needs to be ticked, that needs to be ticked, that needs to be ticked, and that needs to be ticked.
Absolutely. For sure.
And I genuinely believe that traffic has to be in there. I might be wildly wrong, but that's my belief.
Well, then how do we call for sites that are ranking when they're ranking in the vast majority, over 70% of their backlink profile are sites that are high referring domain, high DR, high TF with 0 to little traffic?
Yeah. But, I think when you look at those websites that tend to be there, historically, they've always been there. So are those websites getting the most traffic for the search terms that they rank for? Then, yeah, they do. And sometimes I think that's what keeps them up there more than anything. Historical data and the fact that they're serving the purpose of what the searcher's looking for. So whether their backlinks are shit or whatever, I've seen loads of instances like that where people are going, Craig, I can't understand why this motherfucker's up top. Look at the state of his backlinks. But I think if you've been up there for so long and Google trusts your website and you're getting traffic and you're still delivering, then for some reason, that's somehow seems to stick. And again, that would show me that traffic is clearly something that Google takes seriously.
Intriguing. So yeah, but back to the original point though, that not that a site with little or low traffic with high referring domain count doesn't have value, but you can't command hundreds of dollars for that.
No.
But there's still, I mean, there's clearly still value there. You're able to go and rank with this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't command that high price.
No,
because
it's like you coming to me and saying, Craig, there's a Ferrari here. It's worth £500,000, just for example, but it's got no fucking wheels and there's no engine in it. Am I going to fucking pay the full? No, I might give you 100 for it. And
I have a Ferrari, but it doesn't run. I'll give you 100 for it.
You need to be a right mug to accept that. So, yeah.
And I digress. I'm sorry. I'm just, yeah. Man, I tested that. Maybe I just never can bring myself to testing. Like, okay, hey, let's go get 10 homepage links. Let's just go set up 10 bangers, right? ER60s, 70s, no traffic, just homepages. The homepages are indexed. They might get a trickle of traffic. Those 10 links, and then let's go buy 10 internal guest post links for $400 a pop. Let's put this 10 versus this 10, and let's see who goes better. I just can't bring myself to spend in the 4 bands on the 10 links. I would love to just show that, though. Which one do you think would do better? So if I have 10 homepage links, 1,000 referring domains or better, homepages, the homepages are indexed, versus 10 high-quality guest posts, new guest posts, the pages that are being built don't have traffic, it's an internal page. Which batch would you prefer?
The homepage links.
All day! Absolutely. Okay, so we're on the same page here. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, I mean, listen, Chris, you cannot dispute it. Show me a website that's not get the most, their DR and UR or whatever you fucking look at. The homepage is categorically the most powerful fucking
banger
on anyone's website. So, and we'll probably have the least amount of outbound links on it as well. So,
it's How many would you put on the homepage, Max? 10?
I think you're pushing it at 10.
I'm pushing it. Pushing it.
Come on, a couple. But listen, if 10 works for you, happy day.
All
Why
right.
do you push your luck, Chris? Fuck's sake.
I can't help myself. I want to push my luck.
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm sorry, whomever. I can't see the comments, so I don't even know if we're getting comments or not.
We are. Tonya, all 200 of those PDNs she spoke about earlier are exact match of keywords that the page is ranking for, variations of the main keywords, I don't dare do the same. Launder through an intermediate page? Question mark.
Yeah, buffer pages are highly effective, but you definitely lose equity. I did a test outlining this. It's hard to gauge because all sites are different. All links aren't equal, right? But it's not like getting that initial hit. Like the pages where we built the 3 links direct to the exact match to the exact page, as opposed to the buffer page, the page where I sent them right to did much better. It took longer to reach the result, but I got a much better boost here. So with that being said, you could, but why not just invest in the highest quality, highest power, highest RD, as close to the root as possible with exact match? You might not need the same, the amount. I don't think it's the amount. I think it's how many RDs do those actual domains have, and then point them babies in with exact match. And then if you have the tools, run some traffic, do a search, go to that page and push the traffic over to that page. Just like if you would do it with a press release. You'll get a lift. The only reason why you want to run the traffic is because I noticed you won't have to wait 45 days for the link to get credit. It'll happen faster. Like the site will get a lift so much faster if you push a little bit of traffic. Hopefully that makes sense to you, Tanya.
Rizwan, greetings. Please tell me how to increase the leads of my business and what should be the landing page of the homepage. When a user comes to our website, what would be shown first? Thank you. So obviously he wants to increase leads. Where, let's say you're doing great SEO, obviously you need to have some form of content or whatever on the page normally to rank for competitive stuff. But let's say you're doing paid ads, Chris. Do you land them on the homepage, a specific landing page? Where do you land that user if you've got the choice?
If I have the choice, see, this is hard. Sometimes I like to have pages that are hyper optimized just for ads, and there's no header or footer. It's just to convert. Now, being an SEO and being the greedy SEO that I am, I tend to like to send to a specific page that I'm also trying to rank. And then I just optimize that page with conversion in mind, with more calls to action up towards the top, and I'll trim off the header, but I'll leave the footer for internal links. So with that being said, I think the best course of action is to create a subdomain that's optimized for whatever you're trying to sell, and trim off the head and the foot. The only thing to do is buy. And I think that would be the best allocation.
Hopefully that helps you, Rizwan, but there is no answer. That's the thing.
Yeah, you want that boot. I hate to give up all that traffic because I don't care what anybody says, dude. They say when running traffic to a page, like paid traffic doesn't help rankings. I call BS. BS. I don't agree with that.
Oh, dude, I've got so many examples of how that's BS. So many.
Big BS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want, but it's also hard because you have to limit the amount of other links going to other pages. You generally have to only have the conversion action on the page if you're running ads. Because if you give too many, I've learned this lesson the hardest way. If you give too many opportunities to do something else, the person generally won't go and do exactly. That's why when you land on my page, it's a giant picture and it's consulting or service. What do you want? Nothing else. No header, no nothing. But, and two, I got that from, dude, we were doing Sell My House Fast. He was paying people to do banging pages, like, paying $300 for a landing page, crazy stuff. Like I was like, and then we put up the basic page, right? Just a regular old Randy Dandy page, picture him and his wife, just crap, normal. That one converted better. The ugly page converted better than the pretty page. And that's why I was like, all right, I'm sticking with the, just plain page. I'm sticking with the ugly page. Yeah.
Why not?
That's for houses though.
Yeah. Tonya is saying, Chris, I saw how you did an on page for GSA SER list. What would you do if the top results not optimized, poor quality, and the content is inconsistent? Where do you get the terms and frequency?
So, okay, no matter what, the pages that are at the top are giving us essentially the blueprint. So they have to be utilizing the terms in order to be able to rank for them. What I'm looking for is, well, how many headers are there? How many headers have the keyword in it? What's the primary term, the variations, and what are the entities in the LSI? And how many times are they being used? Now, how you put that into a page, it doesn't matter. It could literally, it doesn't matter. And that's why I'm almost done with that page. I wanted to build a training around that in order to prove that out one more time. Dude, I was ranking for New York SEO expert #1 with zeros. Dude, I ranked in Houston. I ranked in LA. Like, Google can't read. Like, you know? So with that being said, take a look at their page. You might think that it's poorly optimized, but what you're looking for is how many headers have the keyword, how many times are they using the primary key term, not density, how many times, and then what are the LSIs and what are the entities. Once you figure out what those counts are, add that to your page, job done. Now it's a matter of how many referring domains and how many clicks can I push to that page. But hopefully that helps you out.
For sure, it will. Good advice. Big Kazbula. I'm just reading this in someone else's voice because we don't know who this is yet. It's someone from my crowd, but no one's admitted to the account yet. But someone has intensified their efforts on LinkedIn through frequent posting and engaging directly with individuals via their inboxes. Despite these efforts, I find myself facing challenges in generating a significant number of leads. So someone doing, outreach using LinkedIn and not generating enough leads, what would you suggest?
So in my opinion, in the next 10 years, I think LinkedIn is going to take a wild run at YouTube for informational content. I think they're up next, in my opinion. With that being said, I've also intensified my efforts. Also, to add on to that, it sounds like you feel as though you've done more, but if I go and I look, how many are you actually doing? 1 a day? 2 a day? You know, is that enough to break through? If you want to intensify, like, is it starting to work? See, kind of like with business for me, if I can make $1, if I can get at least one person, that means there's more, right? So the question is what you're doing currently, is it actually producing something? Then do more. That would be my opinion. Just do more. Like, it's a channel. IG's a channel, YouTube's a channel, Twitter's a channel. Crank up the production. Because you never know who you're going to touch at what point. Like, you might say something one way, make a video a whole nother way, and you might get them over here. I would just keep cranking. But that's my opinion. I think it's volume over quality. Because quality to me might be different to quality to you and then to the next guy.
That's why you've got to probably add automation into a lot of that LinkedIn stuff. There's plenty of tools out there for that. So if you want to hit the masses, there's a lot of things you can do rather than sit there and engaging directly with people.
Oh yeah, no.
That's just impossible.
You have to funnel them. See, that's another piece. I used to see early on, I used to go to each of them and engage with all of them. But then you get bogged down. The people that want to buy are going to go buy. The people that want to engage, they're going to keep engaging. You're looking to funnel them to a particular spot, Big Kazbula, right? In order so you can help the people that actually want to be helped, not just talk. The people that want to take action are going to take action, but you got to have a place for them to go in order to take that action. So hopefully that helps you, brother.
Tonya, back again. Regarding PageRank and traffic, if you build a huge network of thousands of websites linking to each other and none of them are ranking, the whole network will have no power, in my honest opinion. Power comes with traffic. No.
PageRank is not pushed by traffic. That's my humble opinion. Also, too, I would never ever have thousands of websites linked to one another, because if one gets dinged, that's how you create a network. Like, that's a clear footprint. I wouldn't do that. And then power comes with traffic. No, I don't. More power comes with traffic, but PageRank, in my opinion, is not past. Traffic has nothing to do with PageRank. But that's it.
Eric McDonald, what are the best ways to increase traffic to your website if you have engaging content that is optimized?
More. Like the amount of effort that you put in, you always feel that the kickback is going to be more. But I have quickly realized in the last decade that more. It's never going to be what you think it's going to be. Way more. Way more. Think about anybody that's really doing it. How often are they hitting it? And look at all the platforms. Like anybody really doing numbers and like you actually see them and they're visible, they're cranking 3-4 times a day on every single media platform. So I would assume that that's the road to success.
Yeah. Get rid of shit that's not performing.
Yeah, and I talk to guys, they'll have the best stuff. Like it'll have all the fancy overlays and the nices and the transitions and all this stuff. You could do all that work. But dude, just because it looks good doesn't mean anything. Man, what are you talking? How can you help them? Because nobody actually cares about you. It's what can you do for them? That's what they care about. So hopefully that helps you, Eric.
Tonya, I've tested linking from new domains without backlinks, but ranking for keywords with traffic, and there was some power. Not a lot, but enough to notice. Good to know you're testing, Tonya. You've always got to try and test things.
Oh, yeah.
You got my money. Any tips for using co-working spaces for GBP address verification or black?
Yes.
Any tips, Chris?
Yes. Each of these places, you'll notice, I'll just use some of the big ones because we all know them. Not saying that these are the ones that you should use. But let's just say like eBoxes and DaVinci, top tier, right? But if you take a look, all of that inventory has already been, it's on all the platforms. And then you got guys reposting it, trying to sell to hit a commission, and it's like, blah, 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 it's all over. Now, if you come with some coin, they will, let's just say DaVinci. If you come in and you need more than one mailbox, multiple mailboxes, multiple co-working spaces, if you need a lot, you actually come with some coin on a monthly recurring basis and you're willing to pay for the next 6 months for say 20 or more, you can actually get stuff before it's listed. And I think if you're going to actually take a run at GMB, which I think that's what you're doing, get your money out, be prepared to invest, and you need to be able to take, when they have a space, let's say they're going to have 4 spots. You need to be able to take all 4 spots before it's listed. So what I would do is I would make a call, get in contact with DaVinci, say, hey, I need a bunch of these. And then before it's listed on that platform or any of the other platforms, I want to take the whole inventory of a particular address. And that's how you do it. You might pay for 4 even though you need 1. But the problem is I can't have competitors or other people that are in separate categories on there, and I can't have it listed across the web as a co-working space. I need to take the inventory and have it just for me so I can list my lawyer, I can list my sell my house fast or whatever you're doing. That's the trick. It's very expensive. It's a pain in the behind, but it's the only way. That's why scaling GMB is, yeah. And then when you do hit somebody that thinks they can do it, in 4 months or 3 months, they come and wipe it all out. So it's the only way I've found to be able to scale is a lot of dollars. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps you.
Eric is saying, when and how often should you do press releases and for what type of content? New products, business updates, etc. How do you suggest people do this, Chris?
So for local websites, and for lead generation, which are just targeting local markets for us, sites purge at different rates, right? But what we have found is most of them or all of them are standing in 90 days. So depending on budget, every 90 days, we want to get at least 1 link because, hey, you get the bottom, which is the homepage, and then you get 3 outbound links inside the body content, right? So I have my homepage link no matter what, and then I can point to 3 service pages. And I'm looking to hit every single page with a PR every 90 days. That's what we do. So that way I have those 700 or 500 referring domains pointing here, every page. And then every 90 days we refresh. Bang, bang. Come up with something new. Give ourselves a new award. That's how we do it. Or we have a new employee. Yeah.
But I think that's the vital thing, Eric, is just mixing things up, whether it be product, a situation, whatever. I've done press releases on a new YouTube sponsor, for example, and made it to be, all cool and I'm the top YouTuber around and all that kind of fucking nonsense. Just it's very difficult depending on what type of industry you're in to come up with something that really is newsworthy. But whether it's an award, whether it's something you've achieved, whether it's a new product or whatever business update, or you've done something that you feel is worth sharing with the world, just fucking make it up. Everyone else does, so just be creative. But I normally say to some of the press release guys, I'm just like, dude, you make it up. I don't want to fucking make up. Say anything as long as it's not derogatory.
That's right.
And then I'm good. So yeah,
getting hot in here. It's starting to heat up. It was nice this morning. Sheesh.
Don't, because I'm fucking jealous.
I was about to sit outside, man, but it's starting to cook.
Black hole. Would you send exact match backlinks to collection or category pages, Chris?
Collection page, meaning for Shopify. Generally, that's the page that we want to get the links to, is the main collection, as opposed to the product pages. So yes on that. And then category pages are top level pages. So I assume that you're using that terminology. So we're working inside of WordPress. So whether I'm going to set my category or my parent as the page, that's the page I want to rank. So yes, I'm going to send links to that page. So yes on both. And then exact match, yes, but not all links. Like the homepage links, like say I get like a hot Haro link or something. It depends on the client. Like if they have the budget, I'll send the Haros to the top level pages, the collection or the category. Homepage links, PR links, definitely. For sure, it's the page you're trying to rank.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes. I'm liking this chat, man. This is nice, man. I'm enjoying today. This is going good.
Oh, Eric has another question. When creating citations for your website, should they all be for the homepage or vary up for internal pages? Can we have the same citation provider do both home and an internal page?
See, I think business owners get citation and directory slightly mixed up. So there's top citations or structured citations, Yelp, Monta, MapQuest, Foursquare, Apple, Google. Doubling those up on internal pages is going to cause you heartache and trouble. You can do it if you want, but that's not what's recommended. What's recommended is the best and the tastiest structured citations go into the homepage. Then I'm looking to get more cheap, safe referring domains to the internal city pages. So we utilize directories. Now, can I use the same directories with a slight variant because the city page is different? Definitely. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? It's just Google doesn't look at the site. They look at pages. So you know how all these guys, they're ranking the homepage for a city, right? And it's all homepages. And then the thought is, oh man, Google's ranking homepages. I can only rank a homepage. That's not necessarily true. I can rank an internal page that's properly optimized if I have the same count of referring domains pointing to that page. And some of those links are made up of directories. So hopefully that answers your question. But not the same ones. No. Not that you're going to get dinged for that. I dislike that too. Like, they have to all be the same.
Yeah.
Do they? Who tells you that? The guy who's offering the cleanup service, right? Like, come on. No. That's not facts.
Does Does Google need hooked on phonics? LOL. What the hell?
I don't want to say that too loud. Maybe not. They're gonna read this transcript. We don't want to. Let's not put them on blast too much.
Move on quickly. Tanya's saying, okay, so where does page rank come from? Let's say no one in the link graph is ranking, no traffic. So links from 0 PR pages can affect rankings in other ways except through PR. But PR is about probability of visitor clicking on a link. No visitors equals no page rank.
Page rank is derived from referring domains. So 0 PR pages can affect rankings. That's not what we're saying. A 0 PR page could not pass any PR because it's 0. So there has to be equity of some sort. The equity is derived from other referring domains, other votes pointing to the page. And then that has, if 100 links point, let's just say we have 100 page ranks. When I link to another page, I'm passing a piece, 1 page rank, 2 page rank. And that's how it's derived. It's derived from referring domains, votes. And that's how it's passed. So that's that. Oh, that sounds like a video. That sounds like a good video.
Always good for content ideas. Any thoughts on running press releases to Harrow links? My question to that, why go to that cost of doing that to a Harrow link? The cost of the press release against the cost of other types of links to that Harrow link is far more significant. I'm not saying don't do it, but it would be the same as Chris saying to me, Craig, I've bought a guest post. Should I send another guest post to power up the guest post? Well, I'm going to be saying, Chris, come on, man. Why would you spend another $400 powering up that when you can get a niche edit with more power for, I don't know, $10, whatever it might be? So it's the cost. It would be why I would say no. Chris, do you look at this the same way, or?
Hey, the guy selling the Harrow and the PR, that's awesome for him. He's like, congratulations. Like, yeah, do it. But for you, like, do I want to take $200 Harrow and take $350 premium press release and point $350 to a $200 link? Nah. Why would I want to spend $350 to power up this that already has high equity? I want to take this $200, point it to a page, and take this $350 and point it to a page. And that's how I would handle that. I think that would be much better allocation of dollars.
Hopefully that helps you. Saul, good to see you. Does schema feature in your off-page strategy, Chris?
No. It's irrelevant to me if the site has schema. But what does matter to me is that I have the hierarchy of schema on pages that I'm trying to rank. So yeah, like, am I going to pay more or not want to get a link from somewhere because they don't have schema on their site? Nah. Why would you pay more for a link if the site had schema? Because Alex, we need schema across all the sites. No.
Nah, but does it feature at all on any of your websites? Do you implement schema even, just as let's say you're doing one of your property sites or whatever it might be, you've got to add schema and all that in there?
A lot of schema, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. But when we're buying links for off-page, I'm not looking at schema markup. But for the actual sites, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Just so that we've got those cleared up. The only reason I'm doing that is because someone will probably say, Chris says he's never used schema in his life, so you do.
No. We use schema across all the assets. But when I'm buying links, no. It doesn't. If it has it, great, but that's not what I'm looking for. But on each of the properties, all the internal pages, definitely the homepage, we use schema. Yes. I might even have just some basic schema on my own site.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that.
Yes, pretty much SAP or SAPzilla, as they're called now. That is what you want. You got money. Black Hole Super Sloth. Following on from my link buying question, do you guys have any press release vendor recommendations? I've got to shout out Mr. Randy first and foremost, sponsor of this. Link is below. Amazing press releases. There are a number of other vendors out there as well. Yeah, just shop around. I also believe Chris does them as well.
Yeah, but it's 38 digital, baby.
They are the sponsor, so that is it. But what I would say, similar to what you said, Chris, earlier, don't just buy from the one source. Use other inventory. Different providers have different access to different websites. So again, I would try out a few, see what you're getting, and whoever you enjoy, continue to use them. But I can vouch for Randy. Prior to being a sponsor, he was the guy that I was going to anyway. So yeah, that is a good solid recommendation there. The entity elevation guys teach it. The off-page schema thing that Ursul was talking about. I'm not sure who those guys are, but
Entity they got a cool name. I like that. Entity elevation. Hallelujah. Yeah. How many leads are they getting a month? That's what I want to know. You start banging in 1,700 a month, then we could start. Yes. Anyway.
Tonya is saying just a link itself is a ranking factor. Anchor is one more factor. Links, page rank is another factor. All of them can work together or independently. Like everyone's going to have a different opinion on that, Tonya.
Exactly.
I don't think Google are just looking at one factor here. They can't be. But no one knows exactly what they're looking at either. It's all
hyperbole.
It could be this, it could be that, and hence what I was talking about earlier as well. Do I think traffic is taken into account for that? Maybe. I don't know that categorically. So yeah, but it's definitely not just the one thing. That's for sure. They've got to have a few things to come up with that page rank, I would imagine. But yeah, we will never truly know.
A page definitely ranks for more than one reason. There's no question about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Darren Muzzy is here. Good to see
Darren.
Darren. Is Darren going to spring training? Are you going?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't think he said he would. I don't think so.
Saying it's kind of wild to see Chris not in the office. And no, Darren's not going to spring training. You just have to find someone else to get boosted up with, Chris.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to steer clear. I'm trying.
Play some basketball.
Yeah, they have a sweet pool. I'm gonna go down there and do some backflips, SEO backflips.
Is that hotel where the event's been held?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't want to do any The only traveling I'm going to do is Uber from here to Walmart. Stock up on some food because they're really banging me here. Get my yogurt, my granola.
You don't even need to get Uber. You can get Uber Eats. No, what's the Target do a home delivery to the hotel in Arizona? I got Target
Really?
shit to me. So go on the Target,
There we go.
and I just ordered shit and they brought it to the reception.
That's so much. Then I won't have to. Yes. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
They'll go shopping for me and bring it.
Yeah.
I love. Oh my god, dude. We're so blessed. This is crazy. This is madness. No, my girl, she gets Instacart.
Right.
And then you pay $20, they'll shop and stuff. But I didn't realize, like, I don't have an account. I didn't know I could just go online, go to Target, and like, hey, bring it to me.
It doesn't cost you anything to get it like shopped. I think there might be a delivery fee, but it doesn't cost you shit to get it picked or anything. I was just like, get me some protein shakes, get me some crisps, get me this, get me that. I lost my iPad pen, so I went bring me one of those as well.
We got it rough, man. Dude, sometimes I forget, but dude, these moments I remember. Dude, how good we got it, man. Like, we got it made, bro. And then this time thing, I slept till it was 9:30. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. That's actually like noon back home.
Yeah.
I slept till noon. This is awesome, dude. I feel great. That's probably why I feel so good. Because I actually slept.
Yeah.
I feel good today. I do. Drank some water. I did only 20 minutes on the treadmill. I was shooting for an hour. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Man. But on that note, guys, we are out of time. Darren, get well soon. And Yerain, good to see you, mate. But we are out of time. No more questions because Chris has got things to do. But we will be back at the same time next week. And if you haven't already, check out 38 Digital Market. The link is below for press releases.
Cool.
See you later.
See you next week.
All right.